Hi, welcome to Wood Stuff Workshop. We're going to take a look at the Parkside air stapler and nailer. Okay, so I bought this Parkside air stapler and nailer this morning, and we're just going to take a look at it. Going to see how good it is compared to my old nailers. We used to be in the furniture trade and we used a lot of nailers, and this is the one I usually use, the small one, and this was made by Draper. But at the time when I bought this was about £100, but now you can get hold of them. This was £19.99 from Lidl. So we'll see what we get and how good it is. So let's see what's in the box. This open. Right, let's take a look. So in the box we've got the nailer itself, nailer stapler, got some safety glasses, got the oil to put inside there now and again to keep it lubricated, got the instructions in the lid, and then we've got some nails and some staples, and they've given us a selection of each, so we've got a few of each to try. So let's take this out. Right, this is the bigger connector. I have two compressors. This is to fit the bigger connection, because this is what I have on my other one. But luckily I've got two little compressors, so this will fit the compressor here under the bench. So it looks like you get quite a bit for your money. To load the magazine up, all you do is press this back button and then slide it out. That, obviously, it's made of metal, but it's a bit wobbly and the fit isn't as good as what I have on my Draper, but then it won't be for the money. But if it's up to the job, then it's okay. So you load the magazine in there with either staples or the nails. Staples, if I open the right box, staples fit on these because it's a stapler and nailer. Staples go over the top, so they go on the top, and when you feed them in there, just make sure you get them right inside, because at the minute that's not going in. You can just lift them up slightly and they'll slide in all the way, and then you can push the magazine back in till it clicks all the way. So that's ready for stapling. Open it again. I'll take them out and I'll show you loading up with the nails. Like I say, you get a selection of these, and depending on the size, depends where they sit on these track, because they've got little sort of track bits there for the head of the nails. Same again, make sure that when you put them on, they sit where they need to sit, but they go right into, you feed that end in to load them up underneath the pin that comes down. Once they're there, you can shut it up until it clicks again. What I like about this is that with my old one, if it ever jammed up inside there, you've got to undo them. You've got to take off that plate and undo that with Allen keys. On this one, they made it so you've got this catch that you can take off. If it jams up, you undo the magazine, take out what nails you've got there, and if it's jammed up, it means you've got a nail stuck inside of there. So you would undo that front latch and then you can get to it to get it out if it jams up, which is a great feature on here. That's really good, a good idea. So we'll load them back up, make sure that they have actually slid right into underneath the pin. Like that. Click it up. This is a depth stop, just there, the piece with the grip on. That you can turn it and it'll set the depth of how far in the nails are knocked. So you can, instead of them staying flush with the top of a piece of wood, it'll actually knock them in a bit. So it can knock them underneath the surface a little bit, which is good as well. This top bit just turns around because when you shoot, there's a puff of air comes out of there after every shot, and you can just turn that so it's not going to sort of shoot into your face. So that's a good feature as well. So you can just turn that to whichever way you want to face. You know, obviously you want it facing away from where your face is. But usually you haven't got your face right down to this, but it's just handy where you can have it shooting out the air. So that's all ready. What I'd do, I've already done this, is get your oil, fit this together. All you do is drop a couple of drops into there. It's probably already been oiled, so you might not need that, but every 5,000 nails or so you're supposed to just drop just a couple of drops, no more than that. You just stick a couple of drops in there, and then you don't have any nails in, push it all up and you shoot it a few times on a piece of wood just to lubricate it. But there's your oil, which is good. Safety glasses, I've already got glasses on because my eyesight's getting worse and worse, but we'll try it then. So got the nails in there, we'll switch this little compressor on and connect it up. So let's turn the compressor on, let the pressure build up in the compressor. Only have your compressor, the setting on your compressor, use the manual and make sure you've got the pressure set right, because as you can see there, you're not allowed more than 8 bars of pressure, but I think about 6 would probably be about right. So yeah, don't have the pressure setting too high, but I think around 6 bars would probably be about right. Right, so connect it up on there. So that's all ready to go, all pressured up. Let's get rid of this, move that out of the way. Right, let's try this then. So I've got just a little piece of wood here. Obviously my nail's quite long, so they're going to shoot straight through that, so make sure you got your fingers out of the way. But obviously you'd have this go into another piece of wood, but we're just going to take a look, see what this is like. So let's put it down there. So that's shooting nicely. It's burying, I don't know if you can see there. So it's going to focus up. It's pushing just underneath the surface, which is quite good. That's good if you want to be able to put a bit of filler in to fill the holes if you're doing any fine nailing work, if you're just pinning them. But that's shooting through nice on there. What it is doing, you can see that it's putting a mark all the way across. That's because the head of it on there, the head will be big enough, the pin sort of thing will be long enough to shoot a staple in as well. So with some just nail guns, they'll just have just the tip that just hits the nail, but because this does both, the pin that hits it in sort of goes all the way across, just in case it's either doing pins or nails, pins or staples, sorry. But that's shooting nicely on there, and burying them in. Like I say, you can turn the screw on there with a bit of grip on, and that'll shoot it to a different depth. Look, that's left it sticking right up. I think that was probably more me holding it in the air. There, you can see them sticking up. And then just turn it to where you want, so you can have them flush with the top of your wood, or bury them right in. So that's going back underneath again. These, the pins, what they have, if you look at the end of your brads, the nails, if you figure out the way that the edge of it goes, if you check the edge on them, depending on the way you shoot your nail in, whether you got your nailer that way on to the grain or that way, can sometimes determine whether your whether the nail's going to go straight through and go nice and straight, or whether it can go off to the side following the grain. But if you just have a practice with that, you'll get used to which way on it goes. I forget just at the moment, but sometimes it can make a difference, sometimes it doesn't matter, it depends what you're doing really. But that's shooting lovely in there, so let's try it with some staples. So take them out, some staples here. Like I say, these go on the top, so you can't fit them in there. They've got to go on the top of the track. And like I say, make sure that they're pushed in, because at that, they're not going in there. Just got to make sure that they do actually go into under the pin. Once they're in, you can push the magazine shut, and that's ready again for stapling. Let's try this. And that's shooting the staples in there and burying them under the surface a bit. Let's see if I can see that. So there, it's focused up now. Can you see how that's burying under the surface? Right, what's a really good feature is, because it has that because it has this like depth setting to do it whether it goes under the surface or not, means that if you get get the setting right, if you're nailing mesh to something or just attaching something on, instead of it sort of chopping through the wire, you can sort of get it so it stays. So let's see if this will focus up. You can get it so that it's sort of out of the surface a bit. Is that going to focus up? Probably not. But because this is stood up proud, it's not going to chop through your wire or whatever you're attaching on there, which sometimes when it's set to go too far in, it could chop through it. So if it's set like that to go under the surface, it can chop off your wire or whatever you're attaching. So that's really handy, that is. But yeah, that's working lovely. So only time will tell to how long it sort of lasts, but you can't go wrong at $19.99 for that. That is unbelievable. So it feels nice to grip. It's got a good grip on there, and yeah, the quality is not too bad. I know I said that this, like that, like if you look at it, it goes off a bit wonky. That's just because it's on a spring, like it wobbles about. But that's not a problem. It's only because I'm comparing it to my Draper one. There's no problem with that at all. On there is a gauge. This is so you can see your nails. You can't see it when you've got your staples in, obviously, because they're up on the top here. But there's a little window. This window is so that you can see your nails when the nails are in there loaded up. Nails you can get hold of from Screwfix, places like that. Your nails and your staples. So yeah, that's a brilliant buy. I think that is great. Just make sure you wear your safety glasses when you're using them, and as long as you don't have too much pressure in and stick the bars up too high on your compressor, you're okay. But it's got like the water like sizes on there and your maximum of 8 bar on there. But yeah, that's a great buy. I would recommend that. It's amazing that you can pick these up now just in your food shopping, with your food shopping, and at one time it was sort of a specialist equipment that you'd have to go out and get. So yes, I highly recommend that. It's the Parkside Air Stapler and Nailer. It's PDT 40E4, the model. So there's the model there. PDT 40E4, and I think it's great, and I can't believe that you get that and some staples and nails as well, that they've included in them in there. Like I say, if you got a different compressor, you might have to get a different adapter there, but I wasn't expecting any adapter on there, so that was another bonus. And thank you very much for watching this review, and hope you come back and subscribe and watch me on my journey. Be doing reviews and workshop tour, and I'll be going through some of my woodworking projects. So thank you very much. See you again.